Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to take the time out to look at some worksheets that are for the winter holiday season. It's not necessarily designed to say you have to celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or another holiday that I'm not familiar with. These are rated PG. They are available to be used in public schools, and they're a lot of fun. So let's take a look at those now. In this paper, students first need to make sure that they know their place values and can add and subtract within the hundredths place. Once they have filled in their answer with pencil and double checked everything, they can then look at the key and color based on what the key tells them the color should be, and that will show them the finished picture. They can then compare to their neighbor and see if their answers are correct, or maybe they need to try again. The teacher should have a finished product in her arsenal. This assignment teaches students patience, following directions, use your pencil first, neatness, make sure you stay in the lines, and for those who can't stay in the lines because of developmental disabilities, some fine motor skills. It teaches art concepts like making green using yellow and blue if you only have the primary colors to work with. Or in the bottom right-hand corner, that light blue was made by either using a blue very lightly or mixing a blue and a white crayon. Don't forget the original math concepts that this activity was designed to help reinforce. This worksheet is designed to have students identify patterns and complete the pattern as follows. But when you give young students the scissors and glue that they need to perform this activity, they're either going to make a mess with little snippets all over the floor, pour way too much glue, or even focus on the coloring of the task and not the task at hand. There needs to be some time limits in order. There needs to be a limit on perfectionism. And that sounds like a harsh thing, but you need to limit perfectionism so work can get done and tasks can get completed. Let's talk about reading and writing. And one of my favorite childhood authors for the winter time is Jan Brett, famous for books like The Mitten. When we look at worksheets about this topic, we can see that they're all very similar. This one, Design Your Own Hat, smacks of The Mitten, where the mittens were very important to all of the woodland creatures. And designing this hat gives the student creativity and time to really design what this hat is going to look like. Maybe the teacher can give some ideas on how to create this hat. What do your hats look like at home? Has anyone in your family ever knitted you a special hat? Maybe you want to make it look like a special blanket or piece of clothing that you own that's not necessarily a hat. You can incorporate those images within the hat, like a quilt. Once they have colored and designed their hat, they can then write a nonfiction piece or a fiction piece about some crazy antics that this hat has gotten into, or where they were given this hat that made it so special to them. There are some winter worksheets out there that I am not a fan of, and those include the worksheets that just have the little cute caricatures in the corner of the snowflakes or the religious symbols. Even in non-winter time, you have the Halloween worksheets that have jack-o'-lanterns instead of pumpkins. They can not only be offensive, but disruptive. And I have some points to make about that. Point number one, students who are diagnosed with ADD or have traits of ADD can not be able to focus and feel a need to color those in or even scratch those out because they'll be so focused on those images they won't be able to complete their work. Number two, Christmas, Halloween make students talk about their traditions. Oh, who's going to whose family? Are they staying in state or out of state? What foods are they going to eat? What foods aren't they going to eat? What family members will be there? Yada yada. What are their wish lists? Because a lot of students nowadays have some sort of material want for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. It is a gift giving time, not to mention those students who have a birthday at this time of year. Number three, if holiday worksheets are used properly with writing prompts and PAL's reading program and peer editing, or using inquiry-based problem solving for math and science, then they can be useful. But otherwise, they're just a major distraction. So keep your students focused on what they are supposed to be learning. Winter worksheets. Avoid unnecessary images on a paper. These can distract students who have attention deficit disorder, any other executive functioning problems, emotional and behavioral disorders, or learning disorders. The last two give the student an excuse to stay busy but not on task. Use snowflakes and winter clothing because this is a non-religious way to discuss time of year, which is part of the kindergarten curriculum. This concept, however, is not for the students previously listed with ADD and other issues. This can be distracting as well. Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa typically should be separated from FAPE, free and appropriate public education. Winter prompts allow students to share about the holidays. Expository writing. What is the holiday about? Argumentative. What do you want and why do you want it? Analytical. How would you celebrate the holidays at both of your parents' families? And now, what I promised you from the Hanukkah video, what my Christmas worksheets look like, and how I thought that they were cool for social studies. Take a look. Did you know that Christmas in Holland is Sinterklaas Day, and it's celebrated December 6th, where a man named Sinterklaas comes on a large boat from Spain and brings a white horse and lots of helpers, kind of like Santa Claus. Then Sinterklaas delivers goodies, and if children were naughty, they will get a birch stick instead of presents. Again, it's the same idea of something that's not desirable, but I also always loved the idea that Santa Claus brought lumps of coal or the birch stick because you can burn those to keep warm in the cold winter months. Graphic organizers like this help students to identify important information in a rhetoric and use it for their notes. Teachers, fill up your bulletin boards with students' own creative artwork here, but you can also have them write a prompt about what they got or about what Christmas in Holland was all about. While we're about to celebrate Christmas, the children in Mexico have already been celebrating posadas for the 9 days prior to La Navidad, Christmas Day. This celebration commemorates the journey of Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem and their search for lodging each night. I thought that was a pretty cute idea. After taking your notes, make sure to color your little Mexican friend. In a lot of the popular imagery of celebrations, Mexicans wear bright colored clothing that resembles, if not has, embroidered flowers on it. Reds, oranges, yellows, greens. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already.